Alrighty, I take care of a very nice luxury apartment complex for a landlord that has a very good reputation around town, and the tenants pretty much destroyed a lot of the electrical wiring in this apartment. And as you can see, they left the room a mess and they had to tear the carpets out. As you can see, they had to tear the carpet out because it was so dirty. So this outlet was left like this, and this outlet was broken off the box in the wall, so we're going to have to fix both of these. Okay, so we'll start with this one here. So let's take our cover off of this one. This is one that I put in. The wires are on the screws properly, so they didn't tear it out. So we'll screw this back into our box. So you can see this is one that I hooked up before. And they screwed something like this to the wall. So let's take this piece of plastic off of here. Probably a piece of wood that's holding the box in place with this screw, because there's other screws here. So we'll stick this back in. And now we'll push our wires back into our box the way we had it. There's probably a bare spot in this wire here. So what we're going to do, we can unhook this wire. And we can strip it back. Okay, so let's see what we have. Tape here. Move this out of the way. See where our bare spot is. And if we can cut back to where the bare spot is, this tape is starting to unwrap. Okay, so there's our bare spot right there. Oh, there's another one right there. And this tape was starting to unwind in the first place, so we gotta re-tape all this. See all that bare wire there? So we gotta strip our wire down, get our jacket off of here some. Let's see if we can get, we can bring in some slack. If we can pull in some slack, is there a screw back there? Nope. So we can be thankful for what we have though, and we'll get the wire out of this jacket some more here. There, so there's our bare spot right here. So we're going to use some higher quality 3M tape, and we will tape this up better. Maui is in. So there's our bare spots. We gotta get our tape back behind it here. And we'll just wrap it around here. We'll stretch it a little bit so we get it around our, cover up our bare spot. That happened when somebody stripped the wire. And we'll come all the way up to where we were before. And we'll go back down and we'll come back up again. I like the 3M tape. It's a higher quality tape. And we'll go back down again. I want to make sure I get a nice coating over where those nicks are in the wire. I'm glad it didn't short out and make a weak spot in the wire where we have to go and pull wire out of the wall and bring it down and have to cut it out and replace it. Now we'll come back up one more time here. We'll make sure we get it over everything. We cover it up really good. And I don't want to pull it too tight because I don't want it to unwrap again. So we have 3 nice wraps over the bare spots here. And I'll cut our tape so it doesn't, there we go. There we go, we got our, just make sure our tape is staying on here nicely. Okay, now we'll bring our outlet back around this way, and we will hook our wire back up to our brass colored screw. To use my flathead because I'll hop like a bunny rabbit, or my number 1 square. Let's make sure it's tight here. There we go. Here in the country I was born in, your black wire goes on the brass screw, which is the narrow slot. Your white wire will go on your silver screw, which is the wide slot, and your green wire will go on this green screw, which is the ground hole. So now we can put this back into our wall here. Alright, so we'll get this back in. And we'll want to keep our ground wire down at the bottom so we don't touch our terminals here. I want to go in like an accordion like this here. And keep our ground wire down away from everything here so it doesn't touch things we don't want it to touch. Okay, now we can screw this back in. Hopefully these screws are going to fit again. Nope, it's not going to fit, so we're going to have to use some other screws. I don't want to use one that's too big. Okay, the wire is coming in from the top, so this screw will be okay down here on the bottom. Okay, that one's going to be a little too big, so we'll try a different one here. Okay, we can use this one. It's a little thicker, but it's not much thicker. And I don't want to break our box. Yep, this is fitting in nice and snug, so we don't break our box out. I'm just going to push our ground wire down. I'll get another one of those. And I'm going to just make sure it's not going to be too long. It's not going to hit the wire going into our box. It's a shorter one. I'm not going to over tighten this because I don't want to break my box. Okay, our outlet's nice and tight. Our ground wire is down away from everything, and now we can stick our cover back on here. We'll use our smaller flathead. And it's nice and tight. So now we'll go over and fix our other one. I like this nice toolkit I got at Harbor Freight, and I can carry everything and I can tell if something's missing right away. So that is nice to have. So the tenants that lived in here were pretty destructive, and it's too bad because this is a very nice luxury apartment, and the landlord has a very good reputation around town, and so they broke everything right off the wall here. Take this off here. This is our back plate. We'll have to screw it back into the box up here. So we have to take it all apart. I don't really want to, but yeah, I have to tear all this apart. And I don't really have the time to do it right now, so I'm going to see if I can push this up, back in. Through here. If I can get a screw in the bottom. If I can get one in, I'll be thankful. Because I'd rather have one than nothing. Okay, I'm going to be able to get this one in through here. Push it up into the bottom of our wire mold where we want it. Let's see if we can get our other one in. Okay, there's our, I'm going to try to see if we can push this up some more, because the wires are just so short in here. I can get it to go up. There, it's up. So now if I can find our other hole, which I see there, we can put our other screw. It's fun not to be able to see. Let's see if I can find a place where I put this screw. There it is, it's going in. It's not going to fit. You know what? It doesn't fit. You don't get upset over it. It's not going to go, it's not going to go. You don't let it bother you, you don't get upset, you don't get all frustrated. Something doesn't go, it just doesn't go. But if I can force it, I'll make it go. But if I can't, I won't be able to. And if I lose it, you know what? I lose it. I'm not going to lose my cool. I'm just going to do the best I can, and if I'm successful, I'll be successful. But if I'm not, I'm not. You don't let things like this bother you. It's not going to help you. It's not going to change anything. If something's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. There's the reds right there. Okay, I'm in. Well, I'm not, so you know what? We're not going to get all upset. We're just going to be thankful. I don't know where that screw went. And you know what? If I don't find it, you know what? I don't find it. So you know what? We're not even going to care about it. But I am going to try to find it. Well, there it is right there. I'm going to try one more time. If I'm lucky, I'm lucky. If I'm not, I'm not. And I'm not going to get all bent out of shape. I'm not going to get all frustrated. I'm not going to get all worked up. Because you know what? You just can't let a screw ruin your life. No, you can't. If it shorts something out, it shorts something out. That's all. You can't get upset over it. You can't get worked up. It's not going to help you. So you know what? We might just have to give up. If I don't find it, I don't find it. But I am going to keep trying. And if I'm unsuccessful, I'm going to say I'm unsuccessful. I'm not going to get all upset. I'm not going to get all bent out of shape. It's only a screw. That's all it is. It's just a screw. You can't let it bother you. What good is getting all upset over a screw going to do to help you? Nothing at all. Absolutely nothing. And if I lose it, you know what? I lose it. I'm not going to care. If it vanishes, it vanishes. If you can't do something, you know what? You don't do it. Okay, there's our hole right there. And there it is. It's going in the way we want it. Okay, that thing is broken. There's nothing to screw into. So you know what? We are going to be thankful for one screw. We're just going to be thankful. One screw is better than nothing. So we're not going to get all upset. We're not going to get all frustrated. We're not getting all bent out of shape because the screw won't fit. So we'll just be thankful for the one we have here. And maybe we'll try a sheetrock screw. We might get lucky with that. We might get lucky with a sheetrock screw. There it is. Okay, we're lucky with a short sheetrock screw. So now we can tighten this one. That hole was all stripped out. We'll tighten this back up. Now we can put our plate back on here. That hole was all stripped and that screw is not going to go in there. So we're just going to be thankful for what we got here. Instead of complaining, we're going to be thankful. We'll put this screw in. And we'll put this screw in. Okay, I'm going to make sure we're in our track on both sides here. The box is lopsided in the wall, so we're not going to get frustrated. It is what it is. You just don't get frustrated. Don't get all worked up because it's not going to help you. We're going to see if our ground wire is long. Okay, our ground wire is too short, so we're going to have to twist our outlet around here. We can, but if we can't, we can't. If I can get it, no, it's going to be too short, so we're not going to get upset. We don't see it's too short, and I want to get it down here, but if I can't, oh, it's broken. See how it's broken right there? And there is absolutely nothing I can do. Absolutely nothing. So we're just going to just twist them together and complain about it and get all bent out of shape and frustrated and carry on, because that does not help anything. So we got to take it all apart, be thankful for what we got here. We got to take everything all apart, be thankful to get it all apart. You know what, I'm just going to do it the easy way. I'm just going to take the screw right out. take it all apart. So we'll just be taking it apart again. We're going to start from ground zero. We're not going to get all bent out of shape. We're not getting all frustrated. We're just not going to care about anything that goes wrong. We'll just go back to ground zero and start over. So I'm there to go get some more wire and just be thankful for what I can do. I'm not getting all bent out of shape, not getting all worked up. It's not going to change anything. So we have a broken ground wire. You just don't get upset over stuff because it's only stuff. Okay, so we're going to have to make some pigtails here. Okay, I'm going to clip them so they're even here. We'll put our red wire nut on. Hold our tail here so it doesn't touch something we don't want it to touch. I'm glad I got that screw in. Okay, there we go. There's our black wires. We'll get back out of our way here. Now we'll get our white wires together. Make sure you get your insulation even at the bottom here. even with the shortest one here like this. We'll get our red wire nut on here. Get our ground wires together here. Nice and short. If you can't, she can't. You don't get upset. You don't get all frustrated. Because you know it's not going to change anything. Well, it's sloppy, but you know what? It is. It's short, and you just got to deal with it. It is what it is. You can't change it. It's short. There's nothing you can do about it. Can't make it longer. So if we have a crimp sleeve, we'll use what is called a crimp sleeve. I only have a big one. I have a small one. If I don't. But fortunately, I do have one. So we'll put it in our crimper like this. And we'll stick it in our wire like this. And I love the challenge of being able to get it in there. So I'll just pull it. Do the best I can. If it's not perfect, it is what it is. Okay, it's the best I can be. It is what it is. It's just barely at the copper's just barely at the end. But you know what? It is what it is. Because of the circumstances. The wire is in the crimp, which is down lower. So it is what it is. We're not going to get all worked up over it. It's not perfect, but it's the best it can be. At least the copper wires, all three of our wires, are in the bottom of the crimp here. You can see the copper is just about flush with the top, and our crimp is down. All of the three conductors are in the crimp, so we're going to be thankful for that. Okay. Now we can hook our outlet up, back up again, the way it was. So we'll just make new screws, use the new screws. We're not going to try to reuse the ones we took out. Okay, so we'll put our ground wire on our green screw. Close the loop the direction our screw turns. Okay, there's our ground. We'll put our white on the silver colored screw. I'm glad I was able to get the screws in and make our box nice and secure. Okay, I stripped it a little too long. So I'll just take a little bit off here. And I'll just bring it up a little more like that. Go around our screw the direction our screw turns. Close our loop the direction our screw turns there. Make sure it's nice and tight. Our copper's under the screw head all the way around and our insulation's not pinched. So now we'll bring it around this way. Now we'll get our black wire onto our brass screw. So fortunately we were able to get everything in the way we wanted it to. So you always put your black wire around your brass screw. Close your loop the direction your screw turns. Put that there. We'll make sure our copper is under the screw head all the way around and our insulation's not pinched under our screw. So now we can fold our wires into our box here, so we can go back in. So we gotta find screws to screw our outlet into our box with. If we don't have them, if we lost them, we lost them. We're not gonna get all upset because we did buy more. Always carry more. That is the easiest thing to do, is grab another one when you can't find it. So that's why I always buy more and carry more. I love to look for screws, so we're just going to use screws. This is what we have and what we're going to use. Now I want to put a real nice short one in the top here because we have our wires coming in through here, so we want to make sure it's not going to hit our wires, so we can use our 632 cutting hole here. Shorten this up, squeeze it down. Make sure it's nice and snug here. Screw this in. Now we'll take a look with our flashlight, because I enjoy not having a flashlight, so I'll use my phone. Let's make sure no wires are pinched. wires down away from everything. Looks like I'm mashing against my crimp sleeve. So I'm going to take this off and just make sure it's not. But if I can't see it, if I can't move it, you know what? I can't. That's all. It's so simple. If you can't do something, you can't. If you can't, you can't. But I want to get that out of the way. But if I can't, I can't. That's all. But I'm going to try. Just learn to love not being able to see. It's a joy. There's our crimp sleeve. We're going to push it. You know what? I'm going to try to push that thing back. If I can get it to go back, I will. To get it back where it's away from our conductors, but if I can't, I can't. I'm not going to get all worked up over it. If you can't do something, you just can't, that's all. But if you can, you can. But I'm going to see if I can get it to go back this way. If I can, I can. But if I can't, I just simply can't. I won't be able to, that's all. It's just so simple. When you can't do something, you just can't, that's all. I really want to get it so that it's away from everything. But if you can't, you can't, that's all. Hey, and I got it back away from everything, so that is nice. Now I can put our outlet back in. Okay, now it will fit. I want to keep this ground wire away from everything here too. Well, it's the best it's going to be, and we're not going to get all worked up. So we'll put our top screw back in. And we'll just be thankful that we got it. And it's nothing's pushing against anything now. We put our short screw in the top so we don't hit our wires going down here. Goes in a little hard, it goes in a little hard, that's all. You don't get worked up. That's not going to help you. Just put it in. 1, 2, and we'll just take one more look, make sure everything is good. Our wires are away from everything. Now, make sure that our cover's never back on here. our white wire is in the way here. So what we're going to do is, it's pushing against a sharp edge. So what I'll do is I'll just take a little bit of tape here, put it around our screwdriver head here a little bit, a few wraps with our electrical tape. And we can just push it back away from our sharp edge. It's not pushing on anything, but we can just push it back a little bit here. There we go. See how that protected the wire? And now we can just put our cover back on and we are all done. And we can put some caulk around this here too to give it some extra support, because our box is crooked in the wall. And we don't have it here right now, so we're just going back to the shop and get some.